Steelers training camp starts this week, but is it too late for Omar Khan to make a move? Let me know down there in the comments section. To start today's video, should the Pittsburgh Steelers make one more move before the start of training camp on Wednesday? Let me know what you guys think, and welcome into Steelers Talk. I am your host, Jack Sperry, and on today's show, I'm going to be breaking down 5 last-minute free agency targets for your Pittsburgh Steelers, just in case Omar Khan isn't quite done adding to this roster. Now, a quick disclaimer here before we get going. I don't necessarily think the Steelers need to make a move. I think the roster is really, really good as it is right now, arguably top 5 in the National Football League. But these are 5 guys that I think could potentially start if the Steelers ended up trading or signing them here in free agency before the start of camp, or even during camp for that matter. So let's start with the number 1 guy on my list here. They brought in Kwon, the inside linebacker, for a visit earlier this offseason. Obviously, they did not sign him, so maybe there's a medical issue here. But just on paper, I think Kwon Alexander has the ability to potentially start for the Steelers if he is signed. He got Cole Holcomb and Leonard Roberts. Both guys are very solid in my opinion. I think that this is going to be a very solid unit for the Steelers on defense. You also got Mark Robinson, who you're hoping is going to have a breakout season. Tanner Muse, Nick Kwiatkowski. One of those guys is going to be getting that 4th linebacker spot as well. So right now, linebacker, plain simply, is not necessarily a strength for Mike Tomlin's defense, but that's okay. And I like Kwon Alexander's ability to go out in pass coverage. That's kind of something that Holcomb has struggled with in his career. Same thing with Landon Roberts. Both of those guys are more physical linebackers that are good against the run. All these different things, really good athletes. But Alexander has a ton of experience being a pass coverage linebacker, and that's kind of his specialty throughout his career. So if you bring him in, could definitely use him especially in your nickel packages when you don't have as many linebackers on the field. Having a coverage guy like this on 3rd and long could definitely be a nice thing for the Steelers to have. And if he's healthy, and again, that's a big if, because the Steelers definitely took a look at his medicals this year and they didn't like it. So there's definitely a possibility that he's off their list. But if he is healthy, I think that his expertise could help this Steelers inside linebacker room. So now let me know what you guys think about Kwon Alexander down there in the comments section. Would you sign him here before or during Steelers training camp? Type S if you would sign him, or if you're going to pass on him, give me a P down there in the comments section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So here's what's going to happen. In a couple of seconds, YouTube's going to throw you an ad break. Take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. All right, another guy on my list that the Steelers could potentially sign here is John Johnson here. Formerly with the Cleveland Browns last season, he's played a lot of strong safety. Now, if you don't really believe in Keanu Neal this year, John Johnson III is absolutely somebody that you could consider. Now, this depth chart right now, you're certainly looking at Minkah Fitzpatrick being an every down starter, and then I think DeMonte KZ and Keanu Neal are going to be a rotation here in Pittsburgh for the foreseeable future. You still got Trey Norwood and Miles Killebrew in that room as well. Elijah Riley can also play a bit of safety. But John Johnson's somebody that you could definitely look at here. Last season, over 100 tackles and an interception for the Cleveland Browns. He's been a starter in this league. He knows how to play. And if you're not super excited about Keanu Neal being your true strong safety type in the defense this year, let's say he doesn't get off to a good start in camp, I think John Johnson is somebody that could potentially start for the Steelers if they ended up signing him. Now, before I reveal the rest of the players on my list here, go ahead and check out our friends at Fanatics, because they got a great Steelers t-shirt combo waiting for you guys on their website right now. You got that short sleeve black t-shirt there with the Steelers helmet on there, and then also the white long sleeve that I'm really a big fan of. If you're going to Latrobe here to go to a Steelers training camp practice there at St. Vincent, one of these t-shirts would certainly look good on you. Go chatsports.com/Steelers combo. That's our link. If you use that link, Fanatics will know that we sent you. Now let's talk a little bit about running backs here, where I've got Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt as potential running back 3 options. Now, it's definitely possible that these guys are looking for a more prominent role and therefore might not accept an offer from the Steelers. I do like Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren as your top 2 backs, But here's the thing, man. Matt Canada is really expecting this to be the engine of the offense this year, that being the run game. And if, say, Najee Harris gets hurt, you might want to have a nice little safety blanket here in either Leonard Fournette or Kareem Hunt. Both guys have been successful in this league before, and I think they fit what Matt Canada wants to do in the Steelers' run game right now. Here are the two numbers from these two gentlemen. Definitely took a bit of a step back for both of these guys last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just 3.5 yards per carry for Fournette. And then same thing with Kareem Hunt. He went from over 4 yards per carry to 3.8 back there in 2022. Low touchdown numbers, all these different things. There's a reason why these guys are still available, but they're definitely talented individuals. And if the Steelers wanted to bring him in, say if Najee Harris gets hurt during training camp or in the early weeks of the season, I think that'd be a pretty decent move for Matt Canada and company. Now, if you had to choose between these two running back options on the free agency market, let me know which guy you are taking here. Are you going with Leonard Fournette, type LF, or are you going with Kareem Hunt, type KH, down there in the comments. Then finally here, I know this one's a little bit unrealistic maybe, but hey, these are guys that could start for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that is J.J. Watt, who is currently a free agent because he is retired, right? He is no longer a part of the NFL, but he's definitely staying ready for a potential comeback, right? He just went on vacation with his brother TJ and went through some really intense workouts with him out there in the woods. They actually posted it on their Instagram where they were showing themselves really getting after it. And it wasn't just JJ helping TJ out with his moves, right? It was JJ going through the drills, staying in shape just in case he needs to come back here or feels like he needs to come back to play with his brother. I would still say it's definitely less likely than likely at this point. I think he's pretty content with being a retired NFL player at this point. But I'm looking at the situation. There's definitely crazier things that have happened than J.J. Watt coming out of retirement to play with his brother TJ, especially if the Steelers have an injury on their starting off or defensive line this year. Let's say Larry Ogunjobi gets a season-ending injury this year. Is it really that far-fetched to think that Mike Tomlin makes a call to J.J. Watt, he picks up the phone and accepts that offer? I don't think it's crazy to think that. I think it's highly unlikely, but it's definitely fun to think of a potential comeback here where J.J. Watt ends up in the black and gold. So show some love for me down there in the comments section if you want J.J. Watt to be a Pittsburgh Steeler here in 2023. Show it by clicking that thumbs up icon and liking today's video. This is it's a very free and easy way to help out the channel, guys. If you appreciate what we do here at Steelers Talk, providing you guys free and daily Steelers news and rumors content, go ahead and click that thumbs up icon. That's going to be it for today's show, guys. Make sure that if you are a real one and you made it to the end of today's show, you identify yourselves in the comments section by typing real one in all caps to let me know you made it to the end here and that you are a real one. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Make sure you click that subscribe button for more Steelers news and rumors coverage throughout the entirety of Steelers training camp leading up to week 1 when the Steelers face the 49ers at Acrisure Stadium there in week 1. I will see you guys later, and as always, here we go, Steelers.